Maybe it does go better with a shovel. Maybe a bit more labor intensive. Sorry. Maybe some food first. And a dog walk. Be a nightly show again today. Zoe's trying to hypnotize me into the walk. Now Zoe. Human, your legs are gonna move. And you. Yeah, it looks like you guys are right. Time for a walk. Yeah, that's working a lot better with the jackhammer. Otherwise we would be digging for another day, I think. I still hope to complete the digging today. At least the digging. Now you might think you're almost there with the digging, but no. We still need to go a little bit deeper. I just wanted to go to the height now to free up the house. But a little bit more from the house, we need to dig a little bit deeper still. So yeah, let's see how far we get. No, we're not gonna roll in boar poo again. Now, Andeka. Hey, Andeka. Zoe. Zoe, now. Zoe, now. Jesus, what's with your ears? Where's she going? Ah! You guys are having a hard time today. Sorry. You still alive? Yes, there you are. Cement looks blue. Maybe get that piece of concrete off first. That was easy. Pull. The biggest chance, I think, huh? Hey! Come on, baby. A little further. It's all roots coming out of the wall. Yeah. Best is if. Yeah, I can't talk anymore. The best thing maybe if we take this all off the wall, right? What do you think? A coffee first, yes, that would be a good idea. But it's getting later also, so maybe do some more drilling. Swing. Coffee. Ah, what a job. Good for cardio though. Still need to go a little bit lower here. And then we need to still make a sort of a smaller trench. Maybe this also needs to go. Still not sure how I'm going to connect the trench to the French drain. But there's not a lot of space here to work. Coffee. You're sitting still, I must say it's pretty fresh. Whew. Hot coffee though. Yeah, that's probably gonna be another day of digging. We also still need to open here the concrete pavement, because we need to make sure that it drains to the garden. Otherwise it ends up here on the pavement. Under the pavement. Akira's on guard tonight. So we can actually read the finished floor level all the way up until here in the corner. It seems that the existing floor, what is this, I think, sticking out here under the tijolo, is having a couple of centimeters difference. And it's actually going up that way. And we need to go down that way. So, but that's not a problem. The thing is, how far do we still need to dig? So this is the finished floor level, right? So the eventual outside height should be a little bit below the finished floor level inside. So let's say 10 centimeters. Because if we want to do pavement, it's maybe 6 centimeters, a bit of sand. So the French drains should start, I think, about 10 centimeters under the finished floor level. And then it should go down about 40 centimeters. So what do we have now? Here. 35. So we still need 15 centimeters. So I'm gonna stay a little bit away from the foundation of the house. Foundation? What is it? Foundation or foundation? And then dig a little bit lower still. 15 or maybe 20 centimeters. And that's where the French drain is gonna go in. What will be tube, gravel, and probably a piece of some sort of foil that lets water through. But also for the wall, because we have this floor sticking out here, water is gonna probably get stuck on that floor. So I think it would be best if we also somehow render that off with something waterproof. Now here in the end we also have the floor, here all the way down. You see how much different it is with where they stopped rendering. So I think they rendered this a lot later, while they already filled this up. But I was wondering, right, this floor, it's probably also under the gutter. But what I was wondering is this floor sticking out like 15 centimeters. This is probably the same under the trench. So that would leave water, like the water would drain through the soil but get stuck here on the concrete. And then starts seeping into the house faster. Although we might get rid of that whole problem with some gutters. So yeah, the plan for tomorrow is dig some more. We're getting quite a mountain here. And also all these things need to be taken off so we can render it a little bit smoother. And then on the other side here we also need to go still into the garden. So we need to remove some of this concrete here. Now we also have a tree here. Let me show you the tree. That tree. So I don't want to go here, so I think I'm gonna bend 45 degrees, and then behind here is already a sort of trench that leads the water all the way down the garden. What might be a temporary solution. No, as long as the water gets into the garden and seeps into the soil, it's all fine with me. I don't actually need the water directly. And it's just good if the water level over the whole area gets fed. Yeah, Doug is having some time off. I wouldn't have done this with Doug because it's way too close to the house. Richard would also say I wouldn't do that with Doug because he has a lot of play on the bushings and the handles, you know, it doesn't always directly stop when you release the handle, so it's a bit dangerous this close to the house. That's why I said mini digger. You saw the advertisement, the other video from the rental place in Castelbranco? Maybe for the next trench.